Good afternoon, everyone. In the second class, we will be discussing the chapter-wise summary of the book 2 of Gulliver Travels. And probably this voyage is earlier, the first voyage was known to the voyage of Lilliput, voyage to the land of Lilliput, and this voyage is known as the voyage to the land of the Brobdingnagians. So come to the chapter, come to the chapter 1 of book 2. What happens there? Gulliver grows restless and returns to see abroad the adventure. So what happens there? After the first voyage, Gulliver grows restless. He was very unhappy after the first voyage. Then what happens there? He ultimately decided to join the sea adventure. And during this sea adventure, once again, he meets a massive storm. And what happens there after the massive storm? What happens? Gulliver wanders off on his own. So after the first adventure, Gulliver was unhappy with himself. He decided to go for a second voyage. In the second voyage, there came a massive storm, and after the massive storm, Gulliver was somehow able to swim himself in the fresh water, and then ultimately he was wandering upon himself. Okay, then he returns to the crew and sees the men rowing frantically back to the ship, and a giant creature chases them in the water. So what happens there? So I just want to sum up the entire chapter. Gulliver was restless. He decided to join the sea. He meets a massive storm. Then he was wondering upon himself, and then he saw that a giant creature was chasing him. When a giant creature was chasing him, then Gulliver walks through the countryside. Okay, when Gulliver was walking through the countryside, Gulliver saw that a monster, a big gigantic man was identifying Gulliver. So Gulliver was spotted by a monster like man, because the second voyage is known as a Brobdingnagian. So in the land of the Brobdingnagians, the humans are basically giant like in their appearance. The Lilliputians were 6 inches, but 6 inches tall, but in the land of the Brobdingnagians, the people are gigantic. So in the second chapter, second in the first chapter, second half, Gulliver was walking through the countryside. Gulliver was identified by the monster, and not only this, Gulliver saw that a farmer was closely looking at him, and finally the farmer takes him home. Okay, so this is how Gulliver has landed into the land of Brobdingnagians. A farmer picked him, chose him, and brought him home. And when Gulliver reached to the house of the farmer, Gulliver was sleeping in the bed of the farmer's wife. This is how Gulliver was enjoying the hospitality. So, to be very frank, what happens there? Book 2, Chapter 1, Gulliver was unhappy with himself. He engages himself in the second voyage, and in the second voyage, there was a massive storm. After the massive storm, he was swimming. He ultimately reached to a place. He saw that a gigantic creature was chasing him, and finally, he saw that a farmer was looking at him. The farmer spotted him, and farmer took him home, and the farmer offered him good hospitality. Then chapter 2, what happens there? In the farmer's house, the story of the farmer and his house still continues. The farmer's 9-year-old daughter is fond of Gulliver. So the farmer brought this little creature, that is Gulliver, and probably the farmer's daughter became very very fond of Gulliver. Gulliver was a very little creature in contradiction to the Brobdingnagians. What happens there? Gulliver calls her Glumdalkitch, which means the little nurse. Basically, the farmer's daughter had a very peculiar name, Gumdalkitch, and this means a little nurse. The farmer's neighbors hear about Gulliver. So, what happens there? In the land of the Brobdingnagian, Gulliver was staying in the house of the farmer. The farmer's daughter became very fond of Gulliver, and even the people from the neighborhood, they got the news that Gulliver was staying in the house of the farmer. Then Gamdalkich does not like this, meaning people from the neighborhood area, they were showing their interest in Gulliver. This is something that the daughter of the farmer cannot tolerate. So what happens there? The farmer, the farmer and Gulliver and the farmer's daughter travel to the Lor Lorbagad, where Gulliver makes 10 public appearances in a single day. So what happens there? The farmer and his daughter brought Gulliver to a place where Gulliver has to make 10 public appearances in a single day, as if Gulliver was a showpiece, and he was prepared for a public show. People from the various places, they were coming to see Gulliver. So what was happening with Gulliver? The farmer brought Gulliver to a place where Gulliver has to make 10 appearances in a single day. And because of that, look at the chapter 3. Because of this kind of heavy physical labor, 10 public appearances in a single day, because of this kind of heavy physical labor, Gulliver was losing his weight, and Gulliver was having that kind of a poor health. And in such a situation, the farmer decides that he will bring Gulliver to the queen. So the farmer has earned enough money. The farmer has earned enough money by making Gulliver having that kind of a 10 public appearances in a single day. The farmer has earned enough money with Gulliver. Then the farmer has decided that he will bring Gulliver to the queen. Okay, not only that, the farmer sells him for 1,000 pieces of gold. Look, the farmer has already earned some money by making a showmanship with Gulliver, and then the farmer sells Gulliver to the queen in the exchange of 1,000 pieces of gold. And what happens there? Then the queen takes Gulliver to meet the king. Okay, then Gulliver was brought to the king. So just make a quick summary. What happens in the act 1? In the act 1, Gulliver decided, he was unhappy and restless, and he decided to go for a second voyage. He met a massive storm. During the massive storm, he saw that a gigantic monster was chasing him. Then finally he saw that a gigantic farmer spotted him. The farmer brought him home, and not only that, farmer offered him good hospitality. The daughter of the farmer grew very fond of Gulliver, and not only that, the farmer uh, made compel Gulliver to have 10 public shows in a single day, and then finally the greedy farmer sold Gulliver in the exchange of 1,000 pieces of gold. And what Gulliver has to do in the palace? The queen takes Gulliver to meet the king. And what happens there? The queen has an apartment, fine clothes made for Gulliver. The queen offered Gulliver good hospitality, at the same time clothes. The queen likes Gulliver immensely and has dined with her. So the queen not only offered Gulliver good apartment, good clothes, at the same time the queen was basically delighted to dine with Gulliver. The king joins the dinner. Gulliver tells him about the custom and the laws and the religion in England. So in the royal palace where Gulliver was sold, The queen was very good. The king was also very good. The queen offered him apartment, clothes. The queen dined with Gulliver, and the king joins the party. And then Gulliver starts giving a good account of the custom and the laws and religion in England. This is how Gulliver became very favorite of the king and the queen. And as he was becoming very favorite to the king and the queen, so the queen's dwarf, meaning the queen's attendant, grew very jealous of Gulliver. Then come to the chapter 4. What happens there? In the chapter 4, Gulliver described the Brobdingnag as a peninsula isolated from the rest of the continent by mountains, meaning Gulliver was trying to sketch a probable shape of the land, and that was like a peninsula isolated. And what is next? Gulliver travels inside a specially made box placed in the royal coach. One trip with the Glumdalclitch and beggars approach the royal coach. Gulliver describes their shabby appearances down to the lice of the clothes, and he finds revolting. So the chapter ends with the description of the royal kitchen. So in the chapter 4, you get nothing. In the chapter 4, Gulliver simply makes a kind of an assumption that how is the land of the Brobdingnagian. It was almost like a peninsula, isolated. This is one thing. Gulliver travels inside the palace, and then Gulliver also observed the shabby appearances of the other people in the palace. Then chapter 5. What happens here in the chapter 5? In the chapter 5, Gulliver has several accidents that nearly killed him. Meaning in the royal palace, Gulliver had met many such accidents. For example, the queen attendants, the queen's dwarf drops a barrel of apple on him. So you just imagine Gulliver was standing, and the queen's attendant, he dropped a big barrel of apple on the head of Gulliver. This is how the jealous attendant, he was trying to take some revenge. This is one thing. Second accident, the queen's maid of honor play Gulliver with as if he is a toy. Queen's attendant, basically Queen's maid, was playing with Gulliver as if Gulliver was a plaything. So these were the accidents that were happening with Gulliver. Gulliver is taken to witness the execution of a criminal. So this was another visit for Gulliver. Gulliver was brought to a place where criminal was executed. So the chapter 5 is very important. Two or three accidents happened with Gulliver, and Gulliver was brought to the place where criminals were executed. Then what happens there in the chapter 5? Gulliver almost choked from the food. The king asked Gulliver what he would have done had a monkey attacked him in England. So the king in the Brobdingnagian palace, the king was very curious, and the king was basically trying to know from Gulliver that what will you do if you are attacked by a monkey in England. This was a very peculiar experience Gulliver has to narrate, but Gulliver decided not to proceed further. Gulliver answered. Gulliver said that there are no monkeys there, meaning Gulliver lied to the king that in England there is no monkey. So the king was very curious to know that how do you deal with the monkey if the monkey attacks. Gulliver very cleverly avoids the conversation. Glumdalclitch takes Gulliver to the countryside. Then the farmer's daughter, he once again appears, and ultimately he makes a short visit to the countryside from the palace. Chapter 6. Gulliver fashions a comb from the piece of the wood and the pieces of the king's beard stubble. He waves a chair from the queen's hair. He makes a purse from her hair as well and gives it to the Glumdalclitch with the queen's permission. So this is a very naughty experience with Gulliver. In the palace, he took the comb, he took the purse, and he took the purse with permission in the presence of the queen. Gulliver entertains the king by playing the spinet and the piano. So this is the most important thing. In the chapter 6, In the chapter 6, Gulliver took the comb, the purse, and many things with the permission of the queen. And not only this, what is the second thing? Gulliver was trying to entertain the king and the queen by playing the piano. Gulliver explains the structure of English government to the king, and what he was doing, he was also providing the king a, a shape of the geographical appearance of the English government. And the king asked him many questions about the England's economy and politics and the society. So the king was very curious. The king of Brobdingnagian, he was very curious. First, he wanted to know from Gulliver, what do you do if you are attacked by a monkey? That time, Gulliver avoided the answer. This time, the king asked about the structure of the English government. Gulliver gives him reply. The king further asked about England's economy, politics, and society. Gulliver elaborately described the king about the English government, economy, structure, politics, and society. Chapter 7, Gulliver is upset with the king, holds a low opinion of England. So Gulliver has elaborately, in the chapter 6, Gulliver has elaborately described the English government, English politics, English society, and the geographical structure of the English government. Okay, but the king had a very, very low opinion of England. This is why Gulliver was not happy. Gulliver attempts to win the favor of the king by offering to teach him. But Gulliver was not someone who was going to lose the game. He was trying his best to win the favor of the king, but he could not. Gulliver explains that the king seems to know very little about politics and does not seem to respect the process of the demands of dealing with the other countries. So this is another important thing, that Gulliver ultimately concluded that the king did not have a low did not have a high opinion about the English government, because the king has a very little knowledge regarding the world and the politics of the world. So this is probably the final chapter. What happens there? Gulliver hopes to leave but does not have the means. So from the palace of the Brobdingnagian king, Gulliver was preparing to leave, but Gulliver did not have the purpose of leaving. The farmer's daughter carries Gulliver in his travel box. This is very peculiar. So just imagine, you just imagine a woman comes out with a basket, and in the basket you just imagine a cat. Okay, so it is almost like a cat in the basket in the hand of a woman. This kind of a situation. So what happens here? Gulliver wants to leave the palace, but he does not have the means. Finally, the farmer's daughters, she comes and she carries Gulliver in a traveling box. And then what happens here? Gulliver feels a tugging on the box. It was very uncomfortable for Gulliver to be in a box. And then finally, the captain speaks to Gulliver. Gulliver ultimately coming back to the consciousness. As long as he was describing the Brobdingnagian, he was lost in a kind of an imagination. Now Gulliver was coming back to the consciousness. The captain speaks to Gulliver, and finally the captain encourages Gulliver that, Gulliver, whatever thing you have imagined so far, you can write it in the form of a good stories. So this is all about the chapter, in fact book 2 of Gulliver Travels.